What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Farm Sim's Greatest Dealers series. I'm your host, the Rental Man Buck. Let's get rolling. Guys, welcome back to the Prairie State Tractor Dealership series. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. We got a handful of tasks that we got to tackle. First and foremost, it is a delivery for an 8000 series John Deere on the lot. On top of that, we're going to have to pick up one of the tractors that is sitting at the house that we're dropping it off. Then we got to head into the wash bay, get some stuff cleaned up, and do a LSW swap on one of our 7 series combines that is sitting on the lot as well. If I am to continue the dealership in Season 2 of the Bucked Up Farming series, then that dealer will definitely be taking inspiration from that little pad right there. I've heard it helps to take stuff to the client when it's on the trailer. Let's try that again. The tractor our client here is purchasing is an 8310. This thing is about as ready as they're going to get when it comes to planting. It's already got a Starfire prep, got about a half suitcase up front, Firestone rear duals, and when we pop inside, it doesn't have the newest generation of monitors, but it does at least have a scale and a KPM from Kinsey. That is a device that you use for the Kinsey planters. How you press those buttons, I don't know, and I'm not going to tell you because that's not my job. 16-speed power shift transmission, and we are set to load. If you guys are big fans of the dealership series and you'd love to see me do more, be sure to head down below, smash that like button, possibly consider subscribing. Keeping the energy high, we're going to be shooting for that 200,000 subscriber goal, but what makes me the most excited is not the fact that we're only on the dealership series, but if you guys don't know, there's a particular soap brand that is sold at this dealer and all John Deere dealers. That'd be my buddy Andy and over at Andy Clean. I got the pressure washer right behind that door. We're going to have to clean off some stuff later. It'll be fun. That is totally going to hold that on. Absolutely. We got customers to deliver to, though, so let's get this thing on the road. The order sheet on this one's kind of wackadoo. We've worked with this family for multiple years, but they're out of state right now, but they needed to get this stuff taken care of for banking reasons. So we are going to pick up the old tractor, deliver the new one, and then they will ship this tractor out to their main farm later next week because they have their own lowboy. This will definitely be an upgrade from what they had, but some of you guys are probably going to freak out as to why on earth would you ever sell one of these. At least this is a pre-def tractor, so they don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. And before anybody says anything, yes, this is the Monteith, Iowa map by DR Modding. This is what Grant's farm on the Bucked Up Hay Farm would have looked like had he not modified it. Actually, a pretty nice looking farmstead if you ask me, but there's our tractor that we're going to be picking up. I'm just going to load from the road because there is no way in heck I'm getting up into that farmyard and having the ability to turn around. So flashers are on. I'll have you guys head down below and let me know in the comment section, what is the oldest tractor you have on your farm? A lot of us don't like to let go of this old iron because, quite frankly, it's a lot easier to work on, a lot cheaper to work on, and, well, it just lasts longer when you think about it. All this computer gadgets starting to ruin the farm industry. Yeah, it might make our jobs easier, but sure isn't making our banking any easier. But our client sold his 4440 to size up to an 8310. That's quite an upgrade. This thingy's even got a chrome straight pipe on it, man. I don't know what he was thinking. This tractor does have the quad range transmission in it, so I could see from a leverage perspective why they would want that transmission. You gotta love a John Deere sound guard, though. These things are absolute tanks, and quite frankly, some of the most reliable John Deeres ever made. Let's get this thing loaded up on the trailer and we'll start heading back to the dealer. We'll end up giving this to Daryl so he can do a full overview on the tractor to make sure it doesn't have any major leaks. Also, it's up to date on its service logs and any other quirks and features that this tractor might be hiding. Later this afternoon, I will have to take off with the International box truck. We got some ridge markers for a 1590 seed drill, but until we get the call that order is ready to be picked up, let's head to the wash bay and get the combine prepped for the LSW swap along with that 8120 that we need to get clean. Work order sheet's calling for a 770 with the folding hopper. These are all 780s. Oh, it told me it was just the last one on the far right. That'd have been nice, Daryl. Definitely going to be walking through the lot with you guys later this afternoon, just kind of showcasing and seeing what all we have on this wonderful yard. Got a mixture of some new stuff, some old stuff, but most importantly, I got to try and find a way to get this combine all the way back to the workshop. There is a very good chance I might have to fold up. Looks like we'll have to. I can't get out of here. There we go. The wheels are still a wee bit too wide to get in the shop, so we're gonna have to do this job outside, because that's how we always have to do things, right? Yeah. Still the best part about the game. Still the best part about the game. This thing really isn't that dirty. We just kind of want to get it all polished up. Just making sure we're getting in all of those really hard to reach places. Most importantly, making it look nice and shiny. That is looking nice. The new tires for this monster are currently sitting out back, so I'm gonna have to shuffle around and get those underway. So we'll check in with Daryl on the progress of the 4440, and hopefully they'll have the tires done on the 770 here pretty soon.
2 hours later.
Ooh, she's looking beefy. 1400 LSWs, you got that right. That thing is an animal. Look at that. We also have confirmation from Daryl that the 4440 has passed inspection, so all we gotta do is get this thing cleaned up as well, and it can go right out on the lot. Pretty much right where the 8310 was. But I gotta sneak this thing back there first. There's a very high chance that I would have to fold that in to get through here again. Yep, I'd be correct. That is ready for pickup later this week. We'll have to give the client the call. Their combine is done. And we can move this over to the wash bay. I think I'll put this in the middle of the two tractors since I'm going to be working on them both at the same time. I didn't realize one of these would actually be out as early as they were. But that's Andy's tractor. I'll have to do some work to the wheel configurations to get them setting right, but we could have the Andy cleaned farm in FS25 pretty quickly in reality. Just get it all up under those weights, in the suspension, and on the back side. That's still going to need some servicing done on the hydraulic system as well as an oil change, but we got this bad boy to worry about. Man, she cleans up nice. You got some tire shine on them wheels. Even the front wheels are looking spiffy. I think that'll do it. Onto the lot you go. Wow. That is a sexy looking tractor. I don't care what anyone says. I'll have you guys let me know down in the comments section. We'll kind of go through a lot tour almost, but which tractor out of this entire lot would you guys buy? I know for our red audience or our orange audience, they ain't gonna like it, but for my green audience, which one are we taking? Got an 8RX, got a 7810, a little fancier version of the 8100, 4240 with rear duals, 4440 with a straight chrome pipe, 348R, 310-8R, got a 6R there, large frame, a newer 6R. These are all regular 6R small frames, little compact tractor. This is done by one of my buddies, Stover. This thing's a pretty cool looking tractor, and I'm going to be using his map in an upcoming series. That's a new 7R. That's a 310-7. And then the 9RX. Not very big, though. It's a 540. It's not like it's small, but it's not the largest. Got some accessory stuff, auger wagons, manure spreaders, skid steers, some planters, more auger wagons. This is that 1590 we're going to have to do the ridge markers on here later this afternoon. Which, let me actually go check with Cora. We might be able to go and get the International and go make a parts run. That is an affirmative, Chief. We are on our way. From misery to happiness today. Just kidding. I wouldn't think the installation of this should take too long. We've already gotten the hydraulic lines made and then sitting in the shop. Hopefully they'll have that thing hauled in and we can start working on this right when we get back. Order form says we are in bay number 1. We are locked and loaded. let's finish out our day getting these ridge markers on. Sadly, the boys got backed up in the shop, so I'll have to go and grab the seed drill. Believe me, I would love to go and use a John Deere skid steer. If someone could get me a John Deere skid steer for a John Deere dealer, that'd be fantastic. But until then, this is about the only really good yellow skid steer you're going to be able to get. What I'm more surprised about is back in FS19, the skid steer attach plate that sits on this skid steer right now is something I actually cobbled together myself. But it has been converted by other modders through 2 games now. The magic question will be, is this drill skinny enough to fit inside the shop? I think it is. Oh yeah, that's just fine. It's like backing a plane into the hangar. There is 2 boxes that we're going to need to grab off the shelves in the back, and then the rest of this stuff should be in the back of the International. Daryl and I will get to work on the routing of the hydraulic lines, and Corey is going to put himself to the task to try and get the parts mounted to the drill. We'll just start off by doing ourselves a solid and grabbing the main parts. Not gonna lie though, that is the most pointless beacon I've ever seen in my life. Unless you're behind it. Come on, Giants, get your life together. All parts have been unloaded. Let's put some ridge markers on this bad boy. That is if I can find my impact. Ah, there it is. Looking nice, looking nice. Got to give her the old spin trick to make sure it's on. Yep, that totally works. All of our hydraulic lines look nice and sturdy. We'll have to get all of our boxes out of the way when we actually go to test all this. Just making sure all of our fasteners are securely tightened. And everything is locked in place. Which one do we test it with? Let's actually do the 7810. Testing hydraulic 1. Very, very nice. And testing 2. Also very nice. That was a lot smoother than I thought it would have been. Beautiful. That's all I needed. Let's put this stuff back and we'll finish off strong. Just want to thank you guys all for tuning in to Prairie State Tractor. I'll be in touch with Marty. He's got some exciting news that I can't really share right now. But the dealership series is going to do its best with what it has because, you know, 25 is out. I don't have my fancy impact tools that I had back in 22. But I hope you guys did enjoy this debut of the dealer. Keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fresh, and most importantly, keep it fun, guys. This will be the Rental Man out. Peace.